sometimes the backup becomes the star. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, there are times when the understudy gets the chance to play the leading role, right?
So true.
Or the backup guitar player gets the big solo.
Right.
Well, that's the way it is with the wine Cinsault.
Really?
Yeah, so we're going to learn more about this lesser-known wine and why it's so important to know. Hello, fellow grape nuts, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair.
Hooray!
If you're new to the podcast, here's what you can expect. If you love wine and you want to find great wines at affordable prices, and you want to expand your wine horizons, and you want to have some laughs and fun while doing it, then you're in the right place. Because each week we explore a different wine varietal or style or brand or region of the winemaking world, and we learn about what makes them worth knowing about.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we do is we taste 2 to 3 of those wines that are reasonably priced to let you know if they're worth your hard-earned money. So if that feels like what you want to do, then we want you to do it with us.
Yay!
It's kind of weird. Okay,
No.
and we're proud to say that Decanter Magazine calls us fun, irreverent,
Chatty.
and entertaining.
Yes.
We got some stuff to do this week and a fun story to share in our Wine in the News this week section. And we have a wine, again, really you need to know, called Cinsault. But before we do that, we have to take a minute to introduce you to listener Tim, a.k.a. Timmy, who gave us the name of the tribe this week. So let's hear from Tim. Hi, Tim, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast.
Hey, Joe. Thanks so much for having me.
We're so excited to have you, and you've been such a good supporter of the show and always sending us stuff. And so we love having you on, and we love that you sent us a name for the tribe. But before we get there, we have a few questions we need to ask you.
Bring it on.
Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite wine?
So categorically, it's white Burgundy. At first I didn't really love it, but it's one of the Burgundy seems like one of those places that eventually you kind of triangulate towards for a lot of people. But it's just, for whatever reason, it just kind of hit me as a great wine. A particular wine, I think almost anything from Camp Lafon in Merceau, kind of hard to find and a little dear. But, if we're going favorites and we're not talking about a Tuesday night wine, those are what I gravitate towards for sure.
I love it. Bold choice, too. A white wine. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next question is, when did you start listening to us and how did you find us?
I think it was within this year, sometime early in 25. I'm always looking for good wine content and I love podcasts. And I think it was probably just the Spotify algorithm that guided me to you guys. There are so many mediocre wine podcasts. Either they're kind of technical and a little bit boring, like I won't name names, but there are some that are a little dry, and I stumbled onto you guys. Well, I'll check this out. Just super engaging and casual and fun, but also dropping some substance. Like it's such a good podcast, and it's such a enjoyable, friendly thing to listen to. It's always a happy moment when I see the little green dot that there's a new episode. I'm like, oh, sweet, check it out.
Awesome. Oh, that's so fun to hear. Okay, last question is, you suggested a name. Tell us about the name you suggested and if there's any background or story we should know about that name.
Yeah, it came to me in a dream. No, it didn't really.
Great. You had me excited there.
Grape nuts. Seemingly self-explanatory. Everyone's crazy about wine, grapes, nuts. I also thought that a trademark infringement lawsuit from the Post cereal company would really make a splash. I mean, you guys would be famous overnight.
Strategy. I like it.
Strategery. Always thinking, Joe. Always thinking.
Spoken like a true lawyer, too.
I could defend you. I mean, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
We're going to do this. All right, Tim, last thing that we're going to do is you have several Instagram accounts. So which one do you want people to know you by?
Well, for wine, the Timmy's Vino is a pretty good one if people, for whatever odd reason, would be interested to see what I'm drinking. Like me and my wine buddies, usually take pictures of all sorts of stuff. And I have more pictures of wine than I do of my kids. So I kind of post that stuff there. But I would love it if people would check out my band's Instagram account, because I recently took that over and, posted about when gigs are, links to our current album on Spotify, and teasers about our upcoming second album. I was not in the band when they came up with this name. Okay, that's my disclaimer.
Okay.
Comfort Shag Band on Instagram.
Okay.
So, but it's a terrible
But you're
name.
in the band. You're in the band. So
I'm in the band. I've come this far, so we're stuck with it. But if people are interested in checking that out, it's a fun group of guys. Dad rock.
Love it. Love it. Well, I'll also say about Timmy's Vino is we do reasonably priced wine, but I am often impressed by the unreasonably priced wine that you have on your Instagram. It makes me jealous.
Well, those, you can't believe everything you see on social media. It's all real. It's all curated, but I don't post the $13 German Rieslings, you know what I mean? It's, but yeah, I roll with a pretty great crowd of really serious guys and gals who, collect, and a lot of Burgundy and champagne and stuff. So it's fun.
Well, Tim, thanks very much for joining us.
Joe, thanks so much for having me. It's been a real treat. I'm looking forward to more podcasts.
You bet. That was super fun, Carmela.
So fun.
I mean, we're so lucky to have such a great group of people in our tribe of listeners.
So true.
And they take the time to reach out to us. They'll even be willing to come on the show.
So nice. Yeah,
it's
those
so
connections are, something very special that's come from this podcast,
Totally.
right? Yeah.
And Tim and I had an awesome conversation. He is a great, great guy. And I'm telling you, Carmela, we want to drink with him.
Sounds like it.
Because not only does he know wines, he drinks some big bangers.
Wow.
Like nice wines.
My goodness.
Not reasonably priced.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, boy. Wow. Timmy's got some good taste.
Timmy's got some swag.
Love it. How cool that you got to talk to the Timmy.
The Timmy.
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, if you have a name for the tribe that you want us to use, just send us a note or DM us, and then we'll ask if you want to be on the show. So super fun. Okay, so we're going to be talking about this wine, again, that I'm a little surprised that we haven't covered before, the wine Cinsault. And it's also a wine that I have mispronounced probably 1.5 million times, and I'm probably still mispronouncing it now. But you know what? That's okay. Because we don't care how you pronounce it.
Well, normally you're kind of a stickler on those kinds of things. So you're giving yourself a little grace on this.
Maybe I need to give other people a little more grace every
right.
once in a while. But Cinsault is one of those wines that's well known, at least among wine nerds, but that's not that well understood more broadly because, as we said kind of in the intro, it shows up mostly as a blending grape, and it's rarely the star of the wine or even by itself. So we're going to spend some time learning about it and tasting and reviewing some Cinsault wines that we picked up. But before we do that, we need to get to wine in the news this week. Carmela, do you know what a quaff is? You have to say it kind of like you're saying coffee.
A quaff. Is it a measurement?
No, look, I had no idea either. It is the French name for the foil that's used at the top of bottles of champagne and other sparkling wine that covers the cork and cage.
Okay, so from now on, we're going to say take off the quaff?
The quaff. I got a hot pot of coffee.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
And other fun facts, the cage in French is known as the mousselet, and the cork is known as bouchon.
Is this in the news?
No, not yet.
Oh.
But I'll get to the I know this is a long. Somebody is going to say, get to the point.
Ooh.
But you can put all that in your brain box so you can wow your friends by saying, give me a minute to undo the coif so I can loosen the mousselet and pop the bouchon.
Ooh, that sounds like you would say a little dirty.
Oh, whoa, wow. I was just going to say you'll instantly be called the biggest dork at the party.
Right, people are like, I don't really care.
You're
Just
a nerd.
Pop the top.
Exactly. But this week in the news, I ran across an article from the Times in London by David Chazan, or Chazan, I don't know how you say it. And there were several other articles about it, which you can find in our show notes. And the article was entitled, Champagne Foil Made Optional After 2-Year Battle with the EU.
What?
Yeah, so let me tell you the story. I know. A group of independent and organic producers led by a movement called C'est de Coiffe en Champagne, they started pushing back on using foil a couple of years ago. Coiffe.
Okay.
Coiffe. They argued that foil was wasteful,
I knew it.
unnecessary, and outdated. And they also argued because sometimes the foil contains plastic, it was adding to carbon.
Oh boy, that little tiny piece of foil is
That's
causing
right.
a lot of trouble.
But the most important thing is they're like, it costs us money. And with the cost of wine these days with tariffs and stuff, I can
So
understand
you think
that
a
one.
bottle of wine or like a bottle of sparkling is more expensive because of the quaff?
Well, it's going to have to figure into their costs, right? Like
much
when
are
you make
they?
your like 20, 30 cents, but if you're trying to make money and like every
And if it's a $6.99 bottle of Kirkland,
or 20 or whatever. No, but it's true. It's like every penny counts.
Sure.
Especially these days. So the controversy kicked off because the traditionalists, they sound like a real group, but I don't know. Traditionalists led by a group I can't pronounce, they were adamant that the foil was part of Champagne's identity. It was a symbol of prestige and authenticity, and all that would be lost if the foil was removed.
well, and you also don't want that little wire cage to be loose.
What if it
because
catches-
it could pop right off in the middle. I'm just saying.
Or what if it catches on your clothing?
Right.
And rips a
It
hole
could
in
be
it.
dangerous to not have that quaff.
You're so...
I like the quaff, but I get it. I'm seeing both sides.
Yes, absolutely. So there were some accusations that some big trade groups were pushing back so hard on removing the foil because they had a financial interest in keeping it, since they also profited from selling the quaff to producers.
Well, for sure, the quaff people need their payday too.
I know. What if you're a quaff maker?
Well, there are those people.
There are. So,
Right.
look, what sounds like a silly fight over packaging actually turned into a pretty bitter debate about heritage, image, money, and power in champagne. So fast forward to this summer, the EU finally made its decision after reviewing studies that showed consumers didn't really care whether the champagne bottles had the quaff or not. The EU ruled that the quaff is now optional.
Free the quaff.
Free the quaff, free cocoa. The Comité Champagne, which had fought against the change for 2 years, just dropped its opposition. They were like, forget it. We're just not even going to fight it.
They're done.
They were like, give up. I
They
give
got
up.
tired of it.
They're like, I'm done.
It's fine.
Yeah. So, Carmela, here's a couple of questions.
For me?
Yeah. Does the quaff matter to you? Do you think it makes any difference?
I'm seeing both sides. I understand right away. I was like, I knew it was an environmental thing, and I believe in that. Like, it's a lot of waste, and
Totally.
that's a hard thing when you're talking about. You're probably selling a lot of that, but maybe they can make it in a different way. Maybe
Maybe.
it can be a different material. Like,
Do you think it impacts like how there's something fun about a champagne bottle and the foil and all that kind of
Sure.
stuff. Do you think would it?
I would be okay with that.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
I'm not like offended, like, oh my God, no more quaff. But
I gotta have my coffee.
I do. I mean, I actually, to be absolutely truthful, which I'm always truthful.
hope you would be.
Yeah. But I mean, I do worry a little bit, like, you don't want that thing to be too loose.
Carmela has a lot of intrusive thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one for intrusive thoughts.
No, but I am thinking, like, I don't think you want that cork exposed like that.
It's dirty. Cover that cork, you
Right.
filthy animal.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
What did you think about it? We didn't know what your thoughts.
I kind of think it's nice. I think it's it looks cool.
Finished.
But I actually don't care. I don't care. Like a lot of times you see a pet nat or something like that. They just have the cage and the cork. It's fine. It's fine
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
So you know what? These people need to make money. They're in business. We want them to make beautiful
Sure.
product. I'm not as worried about their foil. I'm more worried about their wine.
Right. You're more about the flavor.
Exactly. It's like the guy with the hat. That's a
Right.
whole nother
That's a
story.
whole-
We're not
tell
even going to
that
start with
never.
it. Take
We'll actually
forever.
never tell that story.
No. But Carmela, we're not here to talk about quaff.
No.
And we're
'Cause
not.
that's such a weird word anyway.
I mean, coffee.
Quaff.
And we're not here to talk about champagne or sparkling wine or any
Not
of that
tonight.
stuff. No, we're here to talk about Cinsault. And we have 2 Cinsault wines, one from France and one from South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to taste and review to see if they're worth your hard-earned money. But first,
You got to do our shameless plug.
that's right. So thank you for listening to us and supporting our show. And if you haven't had the chance to do so yet, now is the perfect time to follow or subscribe to our podcast and leave us a nice rating review, and helps us grow listeners. And a huge thank you to everybody who's done that already. You can follow us on Instagram at The Wine Pair Podcast and on Blue Sky. You can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. Sign up for our email newsletter. And If you missed it, I'll send it to you. You can also visit our shop wine and shop accessories section where you can find things like the wines that we rate highly. And if you click on them and buy them, you don't pay a dime more, but we might get a little remuneration. How's that for a 10-cent word?
My goodness.
And we want to make content you care about and you like, so send us a note or DM us. Give us some feedback. Let us know if there's wines you want us to try or winemaking areas of the world you're curious about. And you can always contact us at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. A couple of quick shout-outs. A shout-out to Ryan, who let us know that he tried Chablis.
Oh, what did he think? What did Ryan think?
He liked it.
Nice.
He liked it. And a shout-out to Christine R., a.k.a. Tips to Live By, who gave us some additional names for the tribe. And so we'll be reaching out to her in the little bit to see if she wants to be on the show.
Oh, cool.
But as we do every week, we'll tell you someone we think you should recommend the Wine Pair podcast to, because that's frankly the best way for us to grow listeners.
Who's Frank?
Frank Lee, I mean.
Oh.
When you tell your family and friends about us. And this week, we want you to recommend us to anyone who loves Pinot Noir or Grenache, because they may be interested in learning more about this grape and wine.
Okay.
How about that?
Nice.
So, Carmela, it is time to dig into just what the Cinsault wine is.
Let's do it.
So the first thing we should know is that this grape has a ton of synonyms or synonyms.
Wow.
Like Samso in Spain. In Bulgaria, it can be known as Cinsault. In Hungary, it can be known as Malaga. And it's also sometimes spelled without the L before the T. So I spell it Cinsault, Cinsault, but sometimes they leave out the L.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs it anyway?
It's kind of extra.
Just like an L.
You don't even
hanging
say
out.
it. It's not like you're saying
That's what I mean.
Cinsault.
Maybe it would be easier to pronounce without
be.
that little L.
It might feel more natural.
Yeah.
Anyway, you may not know this, Carmela, but the history of Cinsault is hotly debated.
Oh.
Some think it's just a random mutation of a grape from southern France.
So people just want to debate this.
They're hotly
deal.
debated, yeah.
Wow.
Others believe it was brought to France by Greek merchants.
Oh.
But no one really knows.
Does it really matter?
I don't know, but it's kind of a mystery wrapped up in an enigma, as they say.
Oh, my goodness.
But documented references to Cinsault go back to the 15th century in southern France, and it has also been mentioned historically in Spain and Italy, and given the number of synonyms, some of which we haven't even covered yet, it could have come from really anywhere. Who knows?
Who even knows?
And I thought you were going to say, who even cares? Right? And that's probably how a lot of people out there feel, too. It's
Except
fine.
for somebody like you.
Yeah, who's
Needs a
nerd.
tech sheet and
Right,
wants the whole
doorknob.
wants the whole story.
That's right.
And we'll dig and dig and dig.
Now, Carmela, back to you.
Me?
Yeah, this is another one of those grapes that's been considered a workhorse.
Ah, those workhorses.
Yeah.
We can relate, those grapes and me. I mean,
Carmela, that's what often she's like referred to. Hey, she's a workhorse.
she's such a workhorse.
God.
And Joe thought it was kind of like a slam, like somebody being, I think it's not, I mean, like, I guess it depends on who you are. But I'd rather be a workhorse than a slouch.
True. And in this family, you are the workhorse. This woman.
Just in this room.
Oh my gosh, she does so much. I can't even tell you. Anyway, the reason it's considered a workhorse, Carmela, is not because it's a beautiful, wonderful wife. It's because it grows very vigorously and is tolerant to heat and drought.
Are you trying to get some brownie points here?
Kind of.
Okay.
So it's really well suited to hot climates, unlike me. And it's a grape that's good for farmers to grow because it's so hardy and they can grow a lot of it and use it in a variety of ways. So that's a good thing. It's the fourth most planted grape variety in France. So there's a lot of it. And so it's funny that we don't know a lot about it because it's the fourth most grown grape in France. Yeah. And it's a major grape in the Languedoc-Roussillon area, Provence, and southern Rhone, but you can find it all over the place. You can find it in North Africa, and the Middle East, and South Africa, and the U.S., and Australia, and Chile, and Italy, and just all over the place. Now, in South Africa, it's known as Hermitage, and it is one of the grapes that's crossbred with Pinot Noir to create Pinotage.
Oh my God.
Which we tried, and we have a WTF episode on it, and we did not like it all that much. In America, it was brought to California during the gold rush in the mid to 1800s, where it was known as Black Malvoisie. Yeah. And it actually, they say, the oldest continuing growing Cinsault vineyard in the world is supposed to be in Bechtold Vineyard in Lodi, California, and it was planted in 1886. Who knows? Again, Who knows if it's true or not?
Who really knows?
I don't know.
Sometimes you just have to trust.
The interweb said it, whatever. It's fine. Traditionally, Cinsault has been a blending grape, as I mentioned before, and it's supposed to add complexity to aromas, softness, and freshness to strong tannic wines like Grenache and Syrah. And because it has low tannins and high acidity, it has often been used as a wine for making rosé wines of high quality, particularly in Provence and the Rhone Valley. So Tavel Rosé, which we did an episode on a little while ago, is often made with a good slug of Cinsault in the mix.
Interesting.
Yeah. And other famous wines where Cinsault is an important blending grape are like Chateauneuf de Pape, Gigondas, and Zinfandel blends in California.
Okay.
And now, also like a lot of wines we covered, it declined in popularity in the 20th century in some ways because it was such a workhorse. Because it grew so vigorously that sometimes it was overgrown and it sometimes resulted in...
Hard to tame.
It's hard to tame, but also when you get too much growth, it's sometimes they're just kind of make wines that are considered not very high quality or too light or whatever. And as recently as the period between 2000 and 2010, 14% of Cinsault vineyards globally were eradicated. They were removed.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's not very nice. No. But some say it's going through a mini renaissance. A renaissance in places like Chile, Australia, Puglia, and Italy, where Carmela's family is from, and Lebanon. So kind of all over the place. And as a wine, it's often described as soft in structure, light in color, fragrant red berry and floral aromas, juicy acidity, and low tannins.
Nice.
And then on a very interesting side note that I want to actually talk to you about, Carmela, the wine is said to be the perfect pairing with escargot.
Oh.
I had the opportunity in France one time, a guy who was French, and he lived there, so we were in Paris, and he took us out to a restaurant and ordered escargot, and I was like,
Okay, well, my question is, when you ordered it or he ordered it, was it like a little plate, like it was like just tiny little tastes of this stuff?
No, it was kind of a big plate, and they were kind of big. They were kind of big. You know, they come with the shells and stuff.
Okay.
Would you eat escargot? And would you pair it with Cinsault?
You know what? Anything fried. I'll eat anything fried. And I eat just about anything, but like, you know what? You fry up those little escargot, I'd probably eat them right down.
You'd want them out of the shell, though.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just not sure.
I wouldn't do it. You know what? I wouldn't do it. Like
don't know.
Your brother tried to fry oysters. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
No, see, and I'll totally do that. I just don't know. Escargot I think it has a bad rap.
It probably does have a bad rap. It's probably delicious, but there's something about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm trying to guess. I wish I could. I need to see a picture.
Oof. I just don't feel like slugs and snails and stuff are like
it's a snail. It's not a slug.
But they're the same family.
I wouldn't eat a slug.
They're like cousins. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Snail's
kind of
different,
like they're
though.
just you think of them as kind of pests. Like if they're in your garden, you get mad at them.
I wouldn't know.
Anyway, that's enough information, Carmela, about slugs and snails and Cinsault.
How did we get onto that?
I don't know. It's just that it's said to be the perfect pairing with escargot.
Escargot?
I know. It seems random.
It doesn't feel like this wine has a lot going for it then. If it's like you've got to eat it. You've got to drink it with escargot.
I mean, you haven't had it until you've had it with snails.
Escargot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
nothing else? That's the perfect pairing.
Right, exactly. I don't know because I don't know a lot. And I don't know a lot about Cinsault, but I just read it on the interwebs. You know, it's just information that was delivered to me.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay, let's talk about the wines we chose for this episode, Carmela. As usual, the wines we have chosen for this episode are under $25, and both of them should be relatively easy to find because I bought them both at wine.com. Now, Cinsault as a standalone varietal may not be the easiest wine to find. You'll find it in a lot of blends, like GSM blends and that kind of stuff. But if you want to find it, look for shops with good French or California wine collections or wines from South Africa or Australia. And on that note, the first wine we're going to drink is the 2024 Lubanzi Cinsault, which is from South Africa, specifically Swartland, which is a major winemaking area about an hour north of Cape Town, and it's most well known for Chenin Blanc, which we also did an episode about last year, specifically on South African Chenin Blanc. Now, like a lot of wineries from that area, Lubanzi practices sustainable farming. They also claim to be 100% carbon neutral, which is nice to know if that's important to you, which it should be. And they're also 100% vegan.
Oh, Nice.
And the winery says Cinsault is known as the Pinot Noir of Swartland and is made from 36-year-old dry farmed grapes that were handpicked in the early morning, underwent partial...
Why in the early morning?
Well, because actually, when I was talking to a winemaker the other day, sometimes they do it early in the morning because it's cooler.
Well,
right?
sure.
That's why they do
and the
it.
grapes, but what does that change? Like how, having the time of day when you pick the grape, does that change the product of the grape?
I think it probably just makes it easier to pick because they're not like warm and juicy and, kind of, they're firmer.
Okay.
Just because it's nice to grab
Those
things when they're
morning
firm,
grapes.
just firm.
Wow.
You have those firm grapes, if you know what I mean. Okay,
No,
anyway.
Actually.
It underwent partial carbonic maceration and what they say is natural secondary malolactic fermentation. But I did have to look up partial carbonic maceration because I didn't know what that meant. So in general, what carbonic maceration is, it's when the winemaker puts whole uncrushed grapes in a closed tank filled with carbon dioxide gas. And then what happens inside each grape is a kind of a mini fermentation, and it starts without yeast, and it's said to make like fruity and candy-like flavors. That's full carbonic maceration. In partial carbonic maceration, some grapes are left whole, so they ferment inside the berry, and some are crushed, so they ferment normally with yeast. And it's supposed to create a wine that's fruity and fresh, but still has some depth in structure. And then the malolactic fermentation helps to tamp down on the acidity of the wine. Now, the winery also said the wine is named for a wandering dog. So Lubanzi is named for a wandering dog who, I'm not kidding, who led the founders of the winery 6 days and 100 miles hiking across South Africa's coast.
Oh my goodness.
So, and this
special dog.
Special dog, Lubanzi. The winery's only been around since 2016, and they say they are a collaborative project begun by these two young travelers and a consortium of winemakers, farm laborers, and creatives through South Africa.
Wow.
It's kind of fun. The other thing is they have this really interesting cork, which I have not seen. We haven't opened the bottle yet, but it's called a twist-off helix cork. So it kind of works like a screw cap, but it's a cork. So it doesn't need a corkscrew to open, which is kind of fun, but you still get the benefits of a cork. So it's not a screw cap, it's a screw cork.
Can you put it back on? Like,
I think you
does
can
it
screw it back on. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you want to screw back in.
Oh, I guess.
Exactly. Anyway, the second wine we are drinking is the 2021 Domaine de Homs L'Amandier Cinsault, which is from a boutique winery. Boutique is actually a French word. From a boutique winery in France that is also certified organic. That's how they say it. Now, I couldn't find any professional ratings for the wine, so we'll do it for you. And it was a little hard to find out about a ton about the wine. So here's what I have as best as I can tell. The grapes are 100%. Should I do it in a French accent? No, I don't need to do that. The grapes are 100% destemmed.
No, I don't need to do it, and then you just launch
Pressed,
in.
cold soaked,
can't
and
help
then
yourself.
left to settle for 36 hours on native yeasts. It undergoes malolactic fermentation and then is aged for 5 months in the tank, which I would assume is a stainless steel tank. And the wine is left unfined and plate filtered, and they do not add no sulfur. How was that?
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Now, they also say the bottling generally takes place in February.
Okay.
Do you say February or February?
Don't sherbet me on this.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
On this now, this
What
this
do you
is the-
say?
February. On the
February.
February.
It's February.
It's February.
Oh.
It's fine. Anyway, that's the same date as the flowering of the almond trees. Why does that matter, Carmela?
Why does that matter, Joe?
Because the wine is called Domaine de Homs L'Amandier. Amandier is almonds.
Okay.
So that is the name, where the name of the wine comes from.
So should we taste almond in this wine?
Maybe we will.
Okay,
Some
we
nuts.
shall see.
Maybe we'll taste some nuts.
Those, what were we called? Grape nuts?
Grape nuts.
Grape nuts.
Could be fun. All right. Well, Carmela, I think that's enough information. We need to get to drinking. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. And if you have a Cinsault, drink along with us. If you have any wine, drink along with us unless you're driving. And
Then don't.
Then don't. And we'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we are back and we are ready to try our first wine. This is the Lubanzi Cinsault from Swartland, South Africa. It's a 2024 vintage, so pretty new. $15.97 at wine.com, 13.5% alcohol, 100% Cinsault. Sucky James Suckling gave it a 90.
Wow.
You were not going to believe it, a 90.
No.
Yep. And Vivino gave it a 3.9. But Carmela, let's talk about the color.
It's pretty and it is light.
It's kind of Pinot colored.
Yeah, it is. It definitely has, like you can see through it a little bit. I don't have as much in my glass as yours, but it's kind of a ruby red.
Ruby red.
Very pretty.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I really think it's pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's translucent. It's nice in the glass. Okay, what are you smelling?
It's a little smoky. Do you
Okay.
think it's a little smoky?
I think so. I will just say one thing right off the bat. It's super aromatic. I mean,
Yeah, it's like almost tickling my nose.
yeah, and I don't even have to put my nose in it. I can smell it. It's
Yes.
very fragrant.
Yeah. What are you smelling?
I got right off the bat, I got strawberry like starburst, like really kind of
Ooh, really
a
fruity
sweet,
sweetness, huh?
fruity red fruit smell. That's what I got.
Yeah. No, I know right away I was getting a little smoke, but now I'm kind of getting
what?
a little dark plum though too. Are you getting dark plum?
I'm getting a little bit like I need. It is kind of like so strong fragrance that I want to.
Cough. Makes you want to cough.
It does. I am getting that plum, but like you said, I am getting smoke when I swirl it.
Okay, maybe that was
Yeah.
the first thing I did.
Yeah.
So I kind of maybe brought that out.
Oh, it is. There's something about it that's like very.
It's a little peppery too.
A little
maybe
peppery.
that's it. Maybe a little like black pepper.
And a little bit, I agree with you, and a little bit rose, like roses, fresh flowers.
Fresh, yeah.
Very fresh flowers, like the ones where it's spring.
And you're getting your allergies
Yeah,
from it, I
exactly. I
think.
might be getting allergies.
Wow.
But do you get any that red fruit, cranberry maybe, or something?
Yeah, pomegranate maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I'm very
Kind
curious.
of like a dried cranberry.
I fully agree. It's sweet because it's very sweet.
Yes.
Like you.
Thanks. Again, those brownie points.
I'm trying. I try. I try every
yes.
once in a while.
Okay.
But let's try it and see what we think. I'm very curious.
Okay. Ooh,
It's like fruit juice.
it is really sweet. I mean, in
juicy.
a pleasant way.
It's nice, but I would say it's very fruity. It almost doesn't even, it's got some alcohol on it. You can taste the alcohol. But if I didn't know better, I might say, I'm not sure this is even wine.
What's the alcohol in it again?
13.5. So it's not
Quite a bit.
It's not nothing.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting that strawberry on the taste. It's definitely like a strawberry popsicle
Yes.
or something. Like a little,
That's
like
great.
a fruit pop,
Like a real fruit
yes,
juice.
Yeah. Even like the seeds, something about
Yeah.
that whole, because there's a little bit of bramble, a little bit on it too.
Yeah.
A little something earthy, but it has very sweet strawberry.
Yeah, strawberry jam. I'm getting a little raspberry because it has that little spiciness or pepperiness, almost like a little bit of raspberry jam, but it's like bright red fruit tasting.
It's good.
A little cherry maybe.
Yeah. Nice. It's very nice.
It's nice. It's super pleasant. It's very smooth.
I wouldn't say it's like ultra complex.
No.
Like it's
no.
almost like
Agree.
like if you don't love wine, if you're like new to wine,
perfect, yeah.
this would be a good one to dive into.
Yeah, if somebody's like, I don't know, I just want to, maybe I'll do a Zima. Do they still do Zimas? I don't know what they're. Oh my God, a Zima. They're like, I just want a Mike's Hard
You
Lemonade.
gotta
or something.
step it up a little bit, be a
Yeah.
little more sophisticated.
Yeah, just be like, well, I'll do a Cinsault.
Whoa, you
And then
sound so cool.
Exactly.
Too. Like from a Mike's Hard to
Yeah, Cinsault. Oh, I won't
Cinsault.
drink wine unless it's Cinsault. That would be kind of cool.
I'm
You'd
not
be
gonna
kind
have
of
a
a baller.
Truly tonight. I'm gonna have some Cinsault.
White Claw? Cinsault. Anyway, what food might you pair with this Lubanzi Cinsault?
Oh, escargot for sure.
For sure. I was
For
thinking
sure.
the one thing I could go for right now is some snails.
Cinsault.
Yeah.
Come on. Can we
Bring 'em on.
DoorDash will bring us some of that?
I might vomit.
It's just an interesting thing to like. If that was not going to sell me on Cinsault, like
No, if you said pair it with escargot, I'd be like, maybe
I
I
don't
don't
want
even
that
want the wine.
wine. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, but what would you drink or what would you eat with it?
this is, I think, first of all, this is kind of a standalone. Like, not that it's an
Summer
old. Yeah, I'm
picnic.
just thinking you could drink this and you don't have to have food with it. It's not something. I mean, I think it's going to pair well with food, but it's a good cocktail wine.
It is, and it's a summer. Like I would put this a little cool, outside, by the pool, summer picnic,
Yes.
warm weather. It's
Right.
easy drinking, nice, light wine.
And I don't think you want anything too overpowering because this is pretty pleasant. Like I almost think you could do like pork with it, like pork tenderloin,
Chicken.
Yeah, you could do
Not
something.
a steak, I don't
I
think.
don't think so.
Might get lost in the sauce.
Right. I could see something like, or even like lamb chops or
Grilled, something
grilled would be good with it too.
But like I would not like stews or pasta dishes or pizza. I don't know that it would be maybe a spicy pizza, but I just don't know it would stand up that well to like something heavy.
Yeah, you could do like pork ribs would be nice. I don't know why I'm
Yes.
on the pork.
No,
but
I
I think pork ribs.
And I think no, I don't know. I could say so many things
Wow.
about the porking, but anyway,
What
it
are you
doesn't. I
saying and
wasn't
thinking
going
then?
there, but anyway,
Okay.
no, I'm with you. Like spicy, like a spicy barbecue sauce,
Right, with
covered,
your pork
You
ribs.
cover your pork in
I
that.
don't know
and,
what.
like,
Wait,
be
I
awesome.
don't know what
We're
you're
gonna
getting
get
at.
so many notes about how we gotta just rein it in. Anyway, I agree with you. Let's rate this wine as a reminder.
Quickly, let's just get this
Before
one.
we just go right off the rails. As a
Wow.
reminder on a rating scale, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't give half points. 7 and above means we gon' buy it. And 4 below means we're going to pour it down the sink. And a 5 or 6 means we're going to drink it, we're going to enjoy it, but we're not going to buy it. It's a good wine, but not like worth buying. So Carmela, what rating are you going to give this wine?
It's funny because I feel like wine snobs might kind of turn their nose up at this a little
100%.
bit. Like they might be like,
not much there.
I'm giving it an 8.
Ooh,
I just am because I'm just thinking it's really enjoyable. There's
Wow.
nothing off-putting, and it's like, again, it's kind of juicy.
this is kind of your style.
Yeah.
In terms of a red wine, because you don't love the big red wines.
I really don't. And this one, though, it's got a little bit of attitude, a little bit of, like,
And it sounds cool.
right.
Sounds so.
Right. I just, the escargot part is just still
Forget
kind of
it.
rubbing me
Freaking
wrong.
you out a little bit. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm
Okay.
right on the edge between a 6 and a 7. But you know
okay.
what? Because I love you so much, I'm giving it a 7.
Wait,
I don't
what?
really trying
Why
to butter you
are
up.
you
I don't know.
I know, what is the deal?
I need to borrow some money. All right.
Well, you know what? You're barking up the wrong tree, buddy.
Okay. Okay. On that note, we are going to bark to a break. I don't know what that means. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. But Carmela just reminded me we didn't talk about the cork.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was cool, but it wasn't a corkscrew. It was just a cork that came out very easily. It
It's
had
like on
a bigger
port, like a port cork.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but it was also wrapped in a little bit of plastic.
Yeah, to hold it.
Yeah. And so you had to take that off, and that probably kept it more sealed.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Okay, this next wine has a regular cork. This is the Domaine de Homs L'Amandier Cinsault. It's from Languedoc, France. It's a 2021. $19.97 is the cost of wine.com. 13% alcohol, 100% Cinsault. No professional ratings. Vivino gave it a 3.9. Carmel had the exact same reaction I had when I tried to smell it. But first,
seriously?
yeah, but first, let's talk about the color.
It's pretty similar in color.
I think it's a little like
Lighter or cloudier?
cloudier.
It looks a little cloudy to
which
me.
makes me a little bit worried because the smell is a little cloudy. But yeah, it's ruby red, similar colored, but it's like muted. It's not vibrant or bright.
No,
it's like
it's kind of interesting. You can't really see through it. Almost
No.
like there's some
Film.
sediment.
Yeah.
And there's not sediment, but it's like it looks a little cloudy, like you said.
filmy. Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, well now we're gonna smell it because the first smell I will say was like being generous. Smelled earthy.
Yeah.
It's funky. I
It's a
wonder if
little-
it's turned.
Oh boy.
I wonder if it is corked again. If we got
Would
another
that be
corked wine.
Weird. I don't know.
I kind of think it is. I think it smells
A little
off.
bit vinegary.
A little bit of Grandpa's basement. Like this
Yeah.
doesn't smell right to
It's
me.
got a real like bite to it. I mean, not in the smell. Like there's
Wet
a little
concrete,
bit of,
wet newspaper. I think this is turned. I think it's a
Wouldn't
corked
that
wine.
be terrible? What the heck?
We haven't. This has not. I mean, it's so funny because we very rarely run into a corked wine. But I just think that like again, like it's not common that we run into a corked wine. But we ran into a corked wine a couple of weeks ago that was also kind of moldy. But this one smells like more. That one almost smelled like nothing.
Yeah.
This one smells like basement.
Yeah. Well, let's
Doesn't have
just see.
fruit.
It's a little bit like, and I know this isn't as common for a red wine, but it has a little bit of pee on it.
Like smell.
Yes. Do you think so? A little rancid.
In the smell, but taste it. I don't think it tastes as bad as it smells.
It's like really, it's like a grapefruit though. It's like tangy for, I don't know.
No, you're right. Yeah. I mean, it's got kind of
maybe it's not turned.
No, it is. It's exactly what you said. It's almost like vinegary or the lemon, that you squeeze out of a squeeze bottle. I'm going to say this wine is corked. I don't think it's a right wine. I don't think it's right.
Womp womp.
It just smells off. I mean, maybe we'll let it, I don't know. We'll let it.
The fact that I didn't see you smell it and give a funny face.
But I did. Like, I didn't want to give it away.
Right.
You got a poker face. No, but I don't want to give it away.
You noticed that I gave a funny face?
No, you gave it right away. You were like, oof. You kind of gave a, So let's let it sit for a second. Maybe we'll come back to it to see if it actually comes back to life. Because that can happen every once in a while.
Sure.
So we'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
It's just waking up.
Yeah, but let's talk about the taste profiles expected from Cinsault, and then maybe we'll come back to the wine. So typically it's noted for red berries like raspberry, red currant, pomegranate, tart cherry, violet, rose perfume, white pepper, earthiness, and black tea. I would say we got a lot of that.
White pepper versus black pepper.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about tea. And the funny thing about tea is tea is from tannin, and it's not a super tannic wine.
I didn't think that first one was. Yeah.
For the Lubanzi, the winery says raspberry and blueberry. That's a good one. Smoky undertone on the nose.
Okay.
That's totally what you said. A mouth of red apple.
Red apple.
Cracked pepper. You got that. Earth and diffused powdery tannins.
Interesting.
And the Suckmeister, James Suckling, said a refreshing and fruity red that has notes of raspberries, violets, and strawberries on the nose. Well, we did say that. As well as citrus peel. I didn't get citrus peel. It's medium-bodied and fresh with crunchy tannins. Okay. Now, according to the experts, the Domaine de Homs L'Amandier that we think is corked, is it getting any less corked as you smell it?
I don't know. I'm not swirling it now to see if that's,
Triangle Wine Company says bursting with notes of blueberries, cassis, and strawberries, and seemingly seasoned with white pepper. It's the ultimate easy drinking everyday red. I think we have a bad bottle because it's just not that way. And it's not like the Lubanzi.
No.
The wine country said, we love this wine for its lightness and texture and lacy, delicate fruit on the palate. A red that can take a little chill and deliver zippy fruit and refreshment. A touch of herbal on the finish. No touch. It makes this such a food-friendly wine. So what I would say is this has got to be a bad bottle.
Smell it now. What do you think?
No, it smells like wet basement. It's turned. It's nothing.
Bad.
It's nothing like the first one, and I just feel bad because I bet it's a very good wine.
Yeah, shucks. What are we gonna do?
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we know which wine we're going to drink tonight.
Right, and the potential is there, especially because that first one was really good.
It was really good. So, what's your verdict on Cinsault?
Oh, I want to learn more. I think we need to, have a rematch.
Rematch. We're going to wrestle, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean,
after this, we might get our poker face on and barbecue some pork and wrestle. I don't know what that...
And have a little escargot.
Oh, get my snails. Woo! Anyway, and grab those grapes in the morning.
Oh, when they're firm? What? I don't know.
She did it. She did it.
I didn't. What?
Anyway, but no, I think Cinsault, we're going to get so many, can you guys just get to the point? Anyway.
Right. I think it's a good one to try.
I think so too. And I do think if you are a Gamay lover or a Pinot Noir lover, this is a good wine to have on your list because... But even more so for summer, fruity, chillable wine, great Thanksgiving wine, I think this would be a really nice Thanksgiving wine.
Mm-hmm. You could definitely have this with turkey.
Yeah, turkey lurkey.
Yeah,
I'm really disappointed.
But really, that first one was a winner.
Yeah. Sorry that we got corked wine.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things you just have to roll with it.
Yeah, it's weird that in the last couple of weeks we had two now. It's so unusual. Well, Carmela, it's time for us to go. But before we do, we want to thank you very much for listening to us. And if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, now would be the perfecto time to follow or subscribe to our podcast. And also an awesome time to leave us a nice rating and review on our website or Apple Podcasts or wherever you follow us. And that's an awesome and free way to support us and help us grow our listeners. We would love to hear from you. We always respond. Tell us about wines that you want us to taste and review. Tell us about wines that you're tasting that you want us to share. We love that kind of stuff. So you can reach out to us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. You can always reach out to us at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. You can DM us on Instagram or Blue Sky. But with that, we're going to sign off. So thank you very much once again. We'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.